Yeah, it's mostly collar, shock collar, dog collar, cruelty to animals, shock. And then at third place is Hasan GQ. And then at fifth place is Hasan Piker GQ. So yeah, it hasn't had the same motion as even Doctober 7 or Shocktober 7 did. The trend for your name, No 9/11, has had his all-time max around October 9th. All right. Speaking of condom hummus, and yes, I will work on having Pablo on. Zohran Mamdani is doing well. And the better that Zohran Mamdani does in the polls, the worse Andrew Cuomo gets with his campaigning. Let's take a look at this new AI ad that he released.
Hello, it's me, de Blasio. You know, New York City's least favorite mayor. Today, I wanted to introduce you to my mini-me Mamdani. Hiya! If you thought my policies were evil, you're gonna freaking hate this.
Sure will, boss.
In 2020, I cut $1 billion from the NYPD, which dramatically spiked crime.
But I wanted to fund the police entirely.
So evil, so unsafe. My mini-me also wants to cut gifted and talented school programs for kids, just like I tried, until the backlash.
There's no such thing as talent. Socialism means we're all equally dumb.
Right. And he's even copying my failed rent freeze I tried on millions of units, which ended up plunging the rates of available units and making the housing crunch higher and stop new housing construction, which would actually lower rents.
But I'm gonna do the same thing while doing a TikTok dance.
And most evil of all, I depoliced sex work, which ended up increasing sex trafficking for women and young girls in New York City.
So I'm gonna take it further by decriminalizing completely.
Wow. Once again, I find myself asking the question that some of you in the chat are asking as well, which is, who is this for? Like, who is going to watch this and go, hell yeah, brother, I'm voting for Andrew Cuomo? I don't understand. Anyway, what's dumb about this clip is that Zohran has never promised free housing or free transportation. He's promised a rent freeze on rent-stabilized apartments and free puzzles. You still pay for the subway. His agenda is fairly doable if negotiated with Albany. I wish that he could promise free housing and free transportation. That'd be sick. Sweet. I'm in a good ad spot. Very pro Mamdani ad spot. Let's go. For the record, it obviously did not end there. Cuomo is throwing out mailers, or the Cuomo campaign is throwing out mailers. The Michael Bloomberg PAC with DoorDash has decided that the Hasan 9/11 stuff is actually really good. Has anyone seen these yet? I had a couple of my friends in New York report to me that they got Instagram ads, and someone sent me the mailer as well. Oh, here it is. Tyson Brody reports, amazing fix the city ads on IG. Favorite part is that they have to add 9/11 for Hasan rather than just his name, unlike the other two, because Googling Hasan would just bring up his channel and fans. Google Hasan Piker 9/11, paid for by Fix the City Inc. Executive Director Megan Brown. Top 3 donors Michael Bloomberg, DoorDash, and John Hess. Not expressly or otherwise authorized or requested by any candidate or the candidate's committee or agent. More information at nyc.gov/followthemoney. Vote for Cuomo. And then Google Rebecca Kadaga and Google Siraj Wahaj. Why did they say Hasan Piker 9/11? Why didn't they just put my name? That's bullshit. Nothing quite as sad as a super PAC that never landed on something that works, just endless spaghetti at the wall. My meme became real. He kept trying to Google you. Every time I go, I see it. Everywhere I go, I see his face. There are so many people in politics and media obsessed with messaging to a population of Americans that statistically do not exist. It's very gratifying to see Cuomo run his whole campaign around it and just eat relentless shit. Completely true, and yet I would like to hear more. How would you describe this population? Guy who works at a factory but vociferously supports businessmen and the free market, hates socialism, season ticket Israel Maccabees fan, owns a 2-bedroom house, but is intensely invested in landlords' rights for some reason. Only media he watches is News Nation. So have the mailers actually kicked in? Let's look at trends. Trends.google.com. Okay. Hasan Piker 9/11. This is in the past day. Hold on. Past 90 days. Oh, big blip. Big blip. I guess no one searched it. By the way, it's not even Minnesota is searching me more than okay. Little blip on October 7, 8, 9. Only on October 17. Another major blip. Which I suspect is that when the debate happened? Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Virginia. Number 3, New York. Okay, let's look at Hasan Piker. Okay, nope, not a lot of motion there. Peaked at October 9th, mostly in DC. Why is it always DC? It always freaks me out that DC is the number 1 place that is searching me. Every time. Yeah, it's mostly collar, shock collar, dog collar, cruelty to animals, shock. And then at 3rd place is Hasan GQ. And then at 5th place is Hasan Piker GQ. So yeah, it hasn't had the same motion as even Doctober 7 or Shocktober 7 did. The trend for your name, No 911, has had his all-time max around October 9th, the Kaya Saga. Yes. What is this? Google. Wait. America deserved 9/11. Hasan Piker's vile comments exposed. Eric Adams for New York City 1 month ago. All right, we gotta tweak the algo, folks. We gotta tweak the algo. Okay, that's what I've learned. And I want to know by not sub-region, but by countries. Not by United States, but worldwide. I wonder where they're searching my name the most. I'm kind of surprised it's not Israel. United States, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Finland. What is this? You're never beating the allegations? HasanAbi Gaming. We got to put the meat pick up every time people search Hasan Piker or HasanAbi 9/11. That's what we got to do. Well, everybody posts Hasan's meat pick with the words Hasan Piker 9/11, and I'm sure the search results will be. Yeah. He has post tasteful nudes as an algorithm reset. That's what I need to do. Anyway, but yeah, that's cool that this is what they're trying to do as a last ditch effort. Very strange. I also don't know who Rebecca Kadaga is, and everything I know about Siraj Wahhaj is that he's just a prominent Muslim religious leader that is important for Muslim New Yorkers, and virtually every single person running for mayor before or after has actually linked up with him. Giancarlo showed me that all of your ops are coming out for Cuomo. Yeah, it's incredible. It's like, look at these scary black and brown people. Look at these scary Muslims. They're all radical. He wasn't, no, Megaphonics DJ, you are wrong. Siraj Wahhaj wasn't an unindicted 9/11 conspirator. He was an unindicted former World Trade Center bombing former unindicted conspirator. As in, it wasn't the 9/11. It was the last time before. It was in the one in 93. Is Megaphonics DJ Megaphonics' other account? What's happening? I feel like this is the type of guy that Cuomo's team is trying to reach out to. Yes, I make pretzels at the mall. I keep the food court exceptionally clean, and the pretzels are fresh, soft, and hot. That alone contributes more to American society than any brown third worlder ever will. This was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. I can't believe this got 58,000 likes, because this was like this. When I saw this, I felt so sad. And it's like, obviously it's a neo-Nazi, but I still felt kind of fucking bad about it. It's the driest looking, like, I love Auntie Annie's. Okay? I think Auntie Annie's pretzels are crack. But it made me so sad seeing the desperate state of affairs on this pretzel, and just in general, imagining myself in the shoes of this like dumbass racist who's like, I'm a fucking broke loser and I hate my life, but at least I'm not a part of the third world or something. Of course, Matthew Castle's in the tank for Cuomo. Yeah, Matthew Castle is a features reporter at Jewish Insider, a big op of mine, big time Hasbara boy. The source of Cuomo's surge in donations suggests many Jewish New Yorkers continue to oppose frontrunner Zohran Mamdani over his positions on Israel and the war in Gaza. They're just so aggressively trying to prop up Cuomo, which is a failure. The thing that I don't understand about like the Google Hasan 9/11 comments, by the way, is that it doesn't do anything to Zohran Mamdani. All it, at most, like the maximum impact that it would have is not against Zohran Mamdani, but against me. And if you think I'm your number one op, then you've already fucking lost the election. You know what I mean? Like, because at most, the only thing you get out of this, at most is like Zohran Mamdani will come out and be like, I disavow Hasan Piker, right? He hasn't done so yet. But even if he did do that, which I think it would be a silly thing to do regardless because there's no reason to. But let's say he did that, right? He hit the fucking maximum position here for defense. Okay, he condom hummus, he condom HasanAbi. So that doesn't really do anything to Zohran Mamdani. Maybe it just like makes people think he's like a little bit of a, maybe it shows, at least to myself or maybe some others as well, like that, you know, his instincts on this are led by fear. Okay? Having said that, that's not really going to impact him all that significantly in this race. And all that would do is basically, I don't know, put me in the fucking hot seat for like a week. Right? That's it. And it doesn't make any sense because, like, you're not running against me, dumbass. You know? You're not running against me. You're running against Zohran Mamdani. So it doesn't make any sense. Which is why I keep saying, like, it's very it's just like a really stupid thing for him to keep hammering on. Did you expect to end up being somehow a part of the New York City mayoral election? No, I did not. Like, yeah, it has as much motion as Zohran saying Google Logan Paul's suicide forest, except he doesn't even need to do that. He could quite literally be like, you went on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast last week. You know who else went on that podcast? Donald fucking Trump. So, like, that's a silly line of attack. And even then, he wouldn't actually have to say anything more than Logan Paul. You went on Logan Paul's podcast because Logan Paul is a more known person than me in New York. Do you understand? You wouldn't need to do Logan Paul's suicide forest for people to know all of the negative associations with Logan Paul. What? When I search your name on Google, this is what comes up, and it's not even a meme. Hasan Piker is hot. Hasan Piker is flirting with the revolution. Hasan Piker is a tanky. Hasan Piker is so hot. Hasan Piker is Turkish. Hasan Piker, is he married? He reposted a positive response. Yeah, no, I saw he reposted this before. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, no love lost between me and Zohran. It's just very stupid for, like I said, Andrew Cuomo to keep hitting that line over and over again. Let's take a look at this dumb fuck.
Kids don't like capitalism. And I think a lot of it has to do with social media, the clickbait, right? Rage bait works better in...
Or because they know late stage capitalism. That's all they've seen.
Social media and gets more people's attention. And if Mamdani is out there saying, you're getting free housing, you're getting free transportation, you're getting cheaper groceries, I mean, of course, that's what they need, particularly in New York, and that's what they're going to respond positively to.
Is there any way that can work?
No. No, of course not.
No. Look, we have a financial literacy problem.
All right, this is who Flopmala was listening to. True.
In America. But the financial literacy problem in America is affecting the politics in America, which is that if you don't understand that if you actually decide that you think rent stabilization is going to somehow increase the supply of apartments and homes in the country, you've got it completely backwards. Because what happens is the developers say, well, if they're going to stabilize the rent in this town, we don't really want to be developing in this town, in which case there's not going to be enough supply, in which case it's going to cost more to rent your apartment. That's just the way it is. And unless people understand that, when a politician stands up and says, excuse me, I'm over here and I'm very happy to give you rent stabilization and the free groceries and this and that, and then it doesn't happen, I think people are going to be in for a surprise.
It's fucking crazy because he knows this shit is possible because he did it with medicine. Mark Cuban is the reason I only pay $30 for epilepsy meds instead of $700. Yeah, I wonder why kids fucking hate capitalism, dude. Just in, Amazon aiming to replace 600,000 jobs with robots by 2033. A bunch of upwardly mobile millennials will be losing their jobs in the mid to late 40s. That'll be good for society. Housing costs will probably go down in Seattle though. Like every single person who controls the levers of power in this country are actively telling anyone who will listen that they don't give a fuck about you. Okay? They don't give a fuck about you, and you can eat shit and die, and it doesn't matter. You're cooked. Your future prospects are gone, and we threw it away for a crumb of additional profits, right? Why would anybody look at the system and go, oh, wow, I feel really great? If anything, in all of this discontent, in all of this chaos and confusion, I'm fearful that many young people actually look towards an alternative specifically designed around fascism. Like, that's initially what was so alluring about Donald Trump's appeal, especially to young men. That's what it was. Oh, this guy's going to shake things up, and he's going to punish the enemies that